Welcome back to Cinema Flicks Music Picks. I'm Dave, your host with the most, the beast with the least. Very least I can do today is another new album review. Came out today. Portland's tomorrow. Came out yesterday in the UK and America. And it is the new album from the wonderful, the fantastic Margo Price. Strays, which a rather gorgeous album cover, which I've managed to protect in sleeve. It's terrific. You can see the hype there. Don't believe the hype. There's your rebirth. This came on, I was going to say yesterday, but for you today, Thursday. This came on Thursday, and boy howdy, because it's American, boy howdy. You know that feeling you get where something comes out in January and you're someone who runs a channel like this, or just someone who thinks about, end of year time lists, as obviously I'm doing my 2022 list at the moment, posting videos each day. One will either have just been posted a few hours ago or in a few hours time, depending on which order I do these. And sometimes something comes out earlier in the year and you think, gosh, I hope this lasts, I hope this stays the distance. As much as you always want to hear something better, you think, this is just phenomenal, straight out the traps. It's so early in the year, but I can't see too much topping this already, and that's what Strays is. Strays is just a phenomenal record. Let's have a look at what you get in this first of all. And I got this from, you must think I'm sponsored by them. They don't send me stuff. One of their companies do, but they do. Rough Trade, if you can start sending me stuff, that'd be great. Burning shit. So first of all, let's have a look at this. Terrific. Fisheye lens with the band, with a collage on the other side. This is your sleeve for the record, and it's on what is described as shrimp pink vinyl. Maybe they need to, but you can't just say pink vinyl anymore. It has to be shrimp pink. It can't just be yellow. It has to be banana. Have you noticed that trend recently? They're starting to really double down on the adjectives. What do you think? If it's pink, the boys won't buy it. Is that what you think? Better say shrimp pink, because at least they know what that means. They like prawns and shrimps. Anyway, then you get, terrific this for a little vinyl package. You get this is your lyrics and production insert, with a terrific picture of Margo there. I'd use that as the front personally. Picture in the back too, with a tattoo that says "You belong to no one." And then there's your lyric sheet. Believe me, you're going to want to confront this or rather consult this quite a lot and confront it, because the lyrics on this are phenomenal. And that's not all. You get a poem from Margo, and on this Rough Trade exclusive, you get it autographed by Margo. Isn't that nice? Everything you possibly want, and this was like 22 quid or something ridiculously cheap like that. But again, as I keep saying, this would all be lovely set dressing if it weren't for the music itself. What about the music? Margo has been put into the Americana category, and particularly the country category. This album sees her pretty much shatter that. There's not the Americana part, but certainly the country part. Don't come in here expecting a lot of lap steel, Nashville sound. You're not going to mistake this for your traditional country record. There's a lot more rock here. There's blues here. There's synth pop here. There's kind of stadium anthems here, which what? You get some phenomenal guitar histrionics from Mike Campbell, from Mike and the Dirty Knobs, of course, formerly of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Sharon Van Etten does some backing vocals and chorus. To go through a few of the tracks, Been to the Mountain kicks us off, and that is just, if you didn't know that this was a country artist, you wouldn't be thinking country when you hear it. I got nothing to prove. That's the first line of the album. I got nothing to prove. When you know Sharon's I'm thinking of Sharon Van Etten because she's on it. When you know Margo's life story, she doesn't. I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to sell. I'm not buying what you got. I ain't ringing no bells. I got meth in my pocket. Got a bullet in my teeth. I'm going right in the fire. I'm going to talk to the high priest. And that song continues in that kind of vein of I've seen it all, I've done it all. It's the most grandiose Americana kind of thing you can possibly imagine, where your confidence needs to be sky high to be able to write and perform it. You can't be vulnerable singing this. You have to be convincing. It's a Johnny Cash song. You need to believe that this is someone who can take on the world. You don't want a vulnerability with this. I've been under attack. I have been to the mountain and back. I've been a dancer, a saint, an assassin. I've been a nobody, a truck driver, a shaman. So many seasons I've been adrift. Sometimes I wonder if I even exist. Do you ever walk down the street and do you ever think to yourself, hey, am I being watched, man? Am I on the list? Well, I've been called every name in the book, honey. Go on, take your best shot. And when I got my bad turn, honey, aim at my heart. Go on, take your best shot, because I am the hunter. I am the hunted. I am a baby unwanted. I am an alchemist teacher. I'm a sinner. I'm a preacher. And I know there's more out here than as I stare in the void of the black magic vacuum. I know the scent of death like a perfume. It just goes on like this, pounding like, this is who I am, and you will respect me because I belong to no one. It just comes out the traps, just poof. Margo is calling the shots here. It's brilliant. Track 2, I'm not going to go into such depth on every track, don't worry. Track 2, Light Me Up, again, that's the track that starts off nice and acoustic, and then Mike Campbell comes in and plays with pure abandon, the heaviest guitar solo I've ever heard Mike Campbell play. I always thought he was held back in the Heartbreakers. I know everybody loves Tom Petty, I was never a massive fan, sorry. But I love Mike Campbell's solo work since then. And here he's playing with... Wow, you would not think it was Mike Campbell. Phenomenal stuff. Radio featuring Sharon Van Etten. It's synth pop, or synth rock, I guess, but the chorus. It's a droning synth just going dun 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 dun. Just that same beat, no differentiation, right through the through, and it's co-written by Sharon, and it goes, think I need to take some time out, and the time out parts where they do it in harmony, and I wanna turn my phone off. So Sharon kind of sings the last part of each line, and I just wanna be alone, just let me be alone today. I've been saving all my money, and again Sharon's doing the part that goes up while Margo goes down, but it's terrific harmony. With this synth underpinning it, and you think, why is this in the country section? Why are people saying this is a country record? Just because she's done country doesn't mean that she stayed country. Margo is a restless spirit. She has been to the mountain. She's done it. She's going somewhere else now. Radio is a phenomenal track. It's 3 minutes long. It could go on for 10, but it's got an anthemic stadium rock chorus. Just explodes. You think it's called Radio, and honestly, it should be on the radio. It should be a hit single. The chorus is the only thing on. The only thing I have on is the radio only thing I have on is the radio, but it's all the music. So it's not in the lyrics for a change. It explodes, and the only thing I have on is the radio, and the only thing I've on is the radio. It just explodes into this crescendo at the end of it. So it kind of, it's like set up and pay off. You're thinking synth rock, synth pop for Margo Price. That's a bit unusual, and then you get this explosion of rock for the chorus where you're not thinking anything but geez, where did that come from? Brilliant track radio. Change of Heart's phenomenal as well. That's got this and one of the MVPs in our band on it is Mika Hoshna. He plays the Farfisa on it, and he plays all the keys, all the synths, everything on this record that's kind of keysy. And Mika, what he does there is, remember the Question Mark and the Mysterians, 96 Tears, with that really old school, or Willy Billy, that kind of really old school organ sound from the garage rock days? That's the sound that he pulls out for this track, for Change of Heart. It's phenomenal. That was a single, so people might remember that. And then you get tracks that are, Time Machine's absolutely gorgeous, insanely so, just beautiful stuff. Anytime You Call has Lucius on it, another guest star, but the guest stars here are all adding. They're not just here turning up and, you know, just so they can be on. They're not even on the hype sticker, you know. They are here for the sake of the music, not for the sake of the fame. It's not vampirism from Margo to have a special guest star Mike Campbell. None of that nonsense. And again, I'm not going to go through every track, but Lydia is one of the most powerful songs you've heard. That came out last year as a single, so fans definitely know already. But it's inspired by Margo driving past a family planning clinic. And she wrote it before the Roe versus Wade was overturned, and you know, that debacle. And it's about a woman's right to choose, and it's one of her most full story songs. And because it's a story, I won't spoil. It sounds silly to not spoil a song, but I won't spoil what happens in it. But it's a story. But I'll give you the first part. At the clinic, wondering what your face would be like, mascara bleeding to my eyes, tied like a dog in a chain, with a midlife crisis and an ex-husband's sneaking a Marlboro ultra light I stole from a nurse out there in the alley. Halfway home is where the heart is, and I'm halfway home. Lydia is one of those powerful songs I heard last year, and if you'd have told me that it wouldn't even be one of my, well, no, it's definitely still one of my favourites in the album, but if you'd have told me that there'd be three or four tracks I like even more than Lydia, and it's hard to say you like Lydia because obviously the subject matter is so dark, but you know, in terms of just loving it as music and as powerful message, I love Lydia. Yeah, everything on this is just phenomenal stuff. Jonathan Wilson produces it. Spoilers for my Albums of the Year series, he produced one of my top 5 albums of last year as well. He's on a hell of a roll. He produces Father John Misty and things, so he'll be on there twice because, spoilers, Father John Misty will be making an appearance on my list too. But yeah, I just can't stress this enough. Buy this album. Buy it on CD, on vinyl, stream it, and find a way to give money to Sharon. I keep saying Sharon because I'm thinking of fucking Sharon Bennett. To Margo. Find a way to monetize it for us, so do the Bandcamp option rather than the YouTube it or Spotify, where she gets, you know, a micro penny. Buy it. Strongest recommendation. I will stick a track in the comments if I remember. If I don't, just please take this away with you. Buy it. I don't care if you're not a country fan. You think, oh no, I've heard her name. She's a country musician. I'm not a country person. It's not country. There's country moments, but so what? There's country moments on Elton John. You're going to call him a country musician? Anyway, I think 15 minutes of me just gushing over a new record is enough for you. I'll be You'll have either just seen me a few hours ago gushing over an album from last year, or will be seeing me in a few hours gushing over a record from last year. So whichever. Anyway, as always, stay very safe out there, and love and mercy, you wonderful strays.